Okay, so, and how Draco was like, this is, like, when he was looking at it, how, them, like, destroying the Great Hall.
Bellatrix, basically.
Yeah. He was like, this is my home, you know, as well as it is Harry's and everyone else's. And because you think of it as just Harry's home, but it's Draco's home too, because...
Oh no! Katie Bell.
That was cool.
I was amazed.
I was like taken aback. I was like, because her mouth was like really wide, and she was like, there was like, it was so creepy. I was just like,
it was. I loved it because like it's like Hermione is like wrapping her arms around Ron and one around Harry, and it's really scary. So
she was like loopy,
but I liked it anyway because it goes from that right after Ron was like, did she really mean something about the snogging? And then it's like, okay, interesting.
Quidditch.
Quidditch.
I thought it was really cool.
Great. Let's start off the tryouts. The tryouts were even though it kind of focused on Ron and Cormac McLaggen, who disgusted me in the most amazing way whatsoever. Because he was like, and my,
really good.
at the party and Slug Club, because my mum was like, ugh. But he was cute. No, but because they left out like Seamus and Dean.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing where Dean gets to fill in for Katie and then Ginny and then yeah.
Yeah.
And then Seamus is mad. Okay.
But at least they put it in.
Wow, wow, wow. The flashbacks and the memories.
Those were cool.
Those were
I thought it was interesting how they made it so that like Harry and Dumbledore weren't in the actual scene.
In the actual shot. I
kind of wanted to see them and like see Harry like react to what was going on, but I thought it was still good. And I thought it was really cool how young Tom Riddle is
Ralph Fiennes' nephew.
Yeah, who Ralph Fiennes plays
Voldemort.
Yeah.
And I liked how they didn't show a lot of Voldemort.
Well, he wasn't really in this one.
It's not really about him. I mean, it is obviously,
but I mean he wasn't really in it.
It was good. I liked one of the best parts of the movie, I have to admit, was Slughorn's memory. Both the tampered and the regular. Exactly how I imagined it. Like
Tom Riddle was like really persuasive and really like
seductive and
manipulative,
like that.
And it was really cool.
It was good. I liked it.
It was
awesome. We're gonna kind of go out of order. Draco Malfoy. I love
He's
him.
really, he was really good in this one.
He was like,
I really...
And all good and amazing. He was like, oh, amazingly bad.
And he was like really, he was bad, but he was really emotional, which I liked.
Best actor.
Like it showed who he was, you know, and how he was like torn between wanting to do this and like wanting to do what Voldemort like asked him to do and not wanting to do it at the same time. And I thought that was really really cool.
And he's cute.
She's like obsessed with him.
No, I'm not. I'm just. He's added
celebrity crush list. She has a lot.
I liked it because it was really good, and I wanted to. Oh, the Sectum Sempra scene.
That was really good.
My mum didn't think that they were going to throw it in, but they did.
They had to.
This was my mum. She was like, like, no, it hurt. And then I was like, and then when you see Draco, we went.
It was so like.
I wanted to cry, and I probably did. I did. It was really sad.
But I would have cried, but I didn't cry. Like I was sad, but I didn't cry.
No, because in the book he's like gushing blood, and like it's PG. They actually made this one PG, and that's kind of good that they didn't make him like gushing blood. The party.
Oh yeah, that was.
I was confused at why they made Neville
interesting.
A waiter.
It's probably because he wanted to get into the party, and
but he was in the Slug Club in the scene.
He wasn't.
Yes, he is. He's in the Slug Club in the book. But I'm talking about in the scene where Ginny comes in and she's crying. But
yeah,
it was good. It was interesting. I liked how something I found interesting was that how much Daniel Radcliffe made Harry like Slughorn. Because in the book he's resistant to it, but Dumbledore tells him to. So I guess
do it anyway. Like become
with him, and he's like, "Oh, hello, sir. Oh, the hormones in this film are raging."
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
A lot of people didn't like her, but I loved Jessie Cave as Lavender Brown.
I didn't know what to imagine her to be like, but she did do a good job. Like, I wasn't sure what she would look like or what she would, you know, how she would act. I just imagined her really, really weird, and that's what she was.
She's like...
I was kind of afraid of her, and she was like, when they were on the train, and she was like, and she did the heart, and she was like, I love you, and then Hermione walked by, and she was just like, whatever.
Yeah, and then like...
Really bad for Hermione in this one.
I know, but
she loves Ron.
I love, but I hate the part that how Hermione knows Harry likes Ginny and Harry knows Hermione likes Ron. I liked it, but I didn't at the same time. I wasn't really... mixed feelings about it. Kind of like the movie. Like mixed feelings within this movie, but liked Lavender. Especially the breakup scene, where the original breakup scene in the book is how Harry's under the invisibility cloak and she sees Ron and Hermione come out of the, I think, pretty sure it's the hospital wing, the infirmary, walking out together, but Harry's really there, but then she didn't think that.
She didn't know that.
But I like how he's like, Hermione, like that's in the book, and...
Yeah, and I like how
so sad
she's
that
like,
he doesn't remember.
What are you doing here? And she's like, I'm his girlfriend. And Hermione's like, well, I'm his friend.
And he's like, but you haven't talked to him for days.
And he's like,
where's my 1-1? Has he been asking for me? And then Dumbledore's like, to be young and to feel love's instinct. It was funny. My dad laughed, which was funny. But when the breakup scene, she was like...
Yeah, and like, she was like eating with her fork, and she was like, going to kill him. And she was, yeah.
The love potion, since we're talking about love, the love potion scene.
Oh my gosh, I was cracking up. I was hysterical. I was like, I love her. I was like, do you even know her? No.
Could you introduce me?
So and then,
hello, darling.
No, and then when Harry was bending down and he had the box of chocolates in his hand, Ron, and then he threw it at Harry, and Harry was like, how? And he's like, I'm serious. I love her. It was so funny.
It causes an obsession rather than true love. I liked it. And then when Ron was poisoned...
That was scary, because like, the white foam was coming out of his mouth.
I got scared. I thought he was going to die or something.
It was really creepy.
I was like, Ron. I turned into Lavender Brown.
It was so funny though, because when they like sat him down on the couch, and then he got up, but then he had the pillow, and he was walking around, and then he sat on the couch and he fell backwards. That was so funny. I was glad.
And speaking of funny scenes,
oh yeah,
our favourite scene in the movie, Felix Felicis.
It was so fun. Oh my gosh,
the princess. And Harry, sir.
No, but he doesn't go sir. He goes, sir.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like sir. It was so funny.
And then he's like,
it's like I just feel Hagrid's place is the place to go, you know.
And then when the people walking in the fat lady portrait, he's like, hello.
He's like,
hi. It's really funny. Daniel Radcliffe is a little genius.
I think there he was like acting like his real self, because his real self is that type of humorous type of person, and like that really different type of person.
And everybody's like, these plants always freak me out.
It's so funny.
Tactile leaves, sir.
And then they were like, in Hagrid's hut, they were like, poof, and he's like, poof, and he looked like a little kid, because the stool that he was sitting on was too tall for him, so his feet were not on the ground, and they were like going back and forth, and he was like. My friend and I, we were like laughing, we were like holding each other, because we were like, I was crying, like my vision was blurry.
So
I was
funny. But what I found really funny was that when Jim Broadbent's Slughorn broke Aragog's pincher off, I was like,
oops, and he's like, just puts it back down.
And he's like, whoops. And no, but Jim Broadbent's Slughorn, he portrayed this self-absorbed collector.
Like, oh, it's for school, it's for school.
It's for school. No, I'm really going to sell it. It's really good. And then I wasn't sure they were going to put the Aragog scene in, but they did. I was really happy about that.
Yeah,
I was happy.
About it.
Two things that they left out. The new minister, which I understand they're putting in the new movie, the next one. Yeah. And then starting off, apparently, with Dumbledore's funeral.